Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel guys. Some exciting news guys. I've done some updates to my Gariep South Africa map. For those of you who play South African maps or who like my maps, this is Gariep South Africa, a 4x map. Very nice map with huge fields. Starting off at the farm with I think it's eight fields if I'm correct, could be under correction, but and then you can work your way up to these humongous fields which are on the map, I think of which the biggest one is 190 hectares, 190. That thing takes you quite a while to plant and to harvest. So yeah, if you're into big farming, Gariep is your map. Very nice. I've done some cool updates to the map which I'm going to show you now. Obviously, as you can see from the picture, it looks stunning. So yeah, that is our very first thing. Is I've updated the what do you call it, the preview file, or the map file that shows you the actual map, which is good. Then very first thing, I've reworked the whole of the foliage on this map. There is now no foliage sticking out where it shouldn't, which is a big blessing. It took me hours to do that, by the way. So I've reworked the whole map's foliage system. So now you have the nice beautiful flowers which you guys are used to from my maps. I love flowers, on field flowers. As you can see, there's a tip. There's vehicles now on the map. I've updated it. There was a request from a few guys to add vehicles, and I thought, yeah, let me do it. So I've added vehicles to the map. Good. Then that in itself is already a big upgrade. Some changes on the farm itself. I've changed the way the cow barns face. There was a problem with these large cow barns with the what do you call those things? The auto feeders. The auto feeders was pushing over the fence, you know. So yeah, that was a problem. So I've changed the rotation, the layout a little bit better, so there's more space, and it all works great now. For those of you who don't know Gariep, that is basically your map. I'm just going to give you a bird's eye view. Field 18 is the biggest field on the map, as I said, 190. Field 21 is 170. So that is massive field. So those are the ones that you're going to aim for if you're into big farming. However, field 8, as you can see, is now at the moment not seeded or planted as far as I can see, and that field is already big, guys. When you look at let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. I stand corrected. You start with 13 fields from small to big. You can plow them into one field, obviously, if you want to, like I always do. I'll like take this whole field here and I plow that into one field, and I take all these and I plow them into one field, you know. So that makes it easier. But if you like doing small farm work, that's why I've started up with this setup here. Is you can play this map. If you like small farming, you can play it. If you like big farming, you can play it. And it's all with the startup of the map. So you start from this one section of the farm. If you look at the farmland, that's your area there. It's a very nice farm to own and to start playing with. Let's just quickly jump to the house. I want to show you around this the house and the shed, and these two sheds are mods. I did get permission via the guy who suggested it to me from the owners of the mods to use them, so don't worry about that. It's all legal. And then obviously this is your farm with the workshop there, and the garage is here. This is the farmhouse here with a nice pool in the front. I think I must just upgrade my speed a little bit so that we can run a bit faster. So I can do this. Here in the front is like a pool, and you sit over your stoop overlooking the fields and have your coffee in the morning when the sun comes up right there over the hills. So that is fairly nice to start your day there with a nice cup of coffee. Then I will go through the startup fleet in a minute. You've got your spraying equipment here, tractors and spraying equipment, so all of that in here. Fuel station here from that for the garage. Humongous storage facility because it's large farming. You've got your truck here with all your storages here. 4 of the nice 400, was it 800? I think it's 800. So that's a lot of storage, guys. Then you've got pig farming. These are all sellable, by the way. If you don't like pig farming, you can sell these. If you don't like the chickens, there's 3 chickens, and these are large chickens, large pigs. So very nice. So if you're into pigs, you can farm pigs here. If you're into chickens, you can do chickens. All the seeds and fertilizer and everything in here, nice and accessible. As you drive in, you can just jump over it. You can drive through here into your farmyard, fill up with diesel here, and then head out back to the field this way. And then we're going to go this way. I think let me put up my flight tools just for the heck of it, and then just get a little bit of elevation, because a little bit of elevation gives you a much better perspective when looking at that. When you start the map, there is 2 horses here, which I've decided against putting any animals in, because you know some guys, they don't like it, but the pens are here. So that's your horse barn here, with a nice little fence running into them, and you can take your horsey and go drive around the beautiful map if you want to. The river, I've added some plants and stuff to the rivers and props. All the rivers has now got props and stuff. Well, all the rivers. There's only one river and a huge dam. That's the Gariep Dam. That's where the map gets its name from. Anyway, that's all down there in the is it the south, I believe? Look at the map. Yes, there's the Gariep Dam, or the very tip of it, by the way. This is not the dam. It's just a very, very tiny little tip. It's a massive dam here in South Africa. Anyways, and then we can go up this way, more to the east. Here's your tractors for the small farm, or for this farm here. You've got 2 harvesters, trailers, sowing, plowing, everything up there. Very, very nice. And then for the guys that do want to make some bales and that, you've got the tedders and stuff to work your grass and hay, you know. Good. And then obviously 3 large sheep pens. So if you're into sheep, this is also for you. Very, very nice. I didn't do any custom stuff on at this time, because I wanted to sort of just have the stuff here. If you don't like it, sell it, and you can utilize the space, plow it, or do something else with it, you know. There is ample water everywhere. The river, all the water in the river is usable, so that's all nice. So that's the end of all the changes here at the farm. I'm sure I put a clamp here, a silage clamp, but I don't see it now. Let's just verify that. There should be one there. Maybe I forgot to enable it or something. I'll have a look at that. And then obviously your fields are already planted, and some of them are ready for harvest. As you can see, let me just check the growth. There's 2 of them ready for harvest, so you can immediately jump into work, and then the others are growing. As you can see, some of them are growing, and then obviously you can start working immediately. Good. And then all the field edges have been reworked, the whole map's field edges, so there's no more grass gaps like there used to be on the map. So all the field edges are now nicely how can I say, worked, you know. So you have fields planted and worked all the way with grass growing up to the field everywhere on the whole map. This map actually comes with 2 farms, working farms. You can have the northeast farm or the southeast farm. There's another farm here at field 24, which is here at the very tip of the river where the mouth is. Very, very nice place to also buy and start farming. If you actually buy this farm, that one there, farm 11, you get 3 fields as well as the farmhouse and sheds and everything, but doesn't show now because it's only available as soon as you buy the land, you know. So that's the changes, or that actually has been in the second version. This is version 3 of the map, by the way, just to let you know. The map has got 22 fields, just to mention that as well. A new addition, I've reworked the town as well, and I've added a co-op, which is a OVK, which is in South Africa. Where's my signs gone to now? I don't see my signs. My signs should have been here, but they're not. Oh, there it is. One is showing, the others are not. I'm just going to have a look why not. But anyway, this is the OVK. It's a co-op here in South Africa. And I'm supposed to have a sign up there as well. But anyway, I'll have a check of that. This is the first time I'm actually into the map on the game, you know. In the game, I've just been running the editor and fixing up stuff and changing things and all that, you know. So there's the OVK. The BGA is this side. And I've also put pedestrians in this time for the map. So there is pedestrians walking about in town. And like I say, I've reworked the town a bit, making it a little bit more beautiful. Planted some flowers and all kinds of stuff here in the map. As you can see there, I've put some more vehicles and cars and parked vehicles and all that stuff. So the whole map has had an upgrade, you can say. So it's very, very nice looking now, and also got a nice feel to it, like a little bit of a farm town, that type of feel, you know. And then lastly, what did I add? I don't think I've added anything here except for the OVK. It's one extra sale point, which is here now. So if you go into your sales, you'll have it here, OVK. So when you go in there, OVK will be in there as well. So there you have it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sell points, which is quite nice. And they all spread out all over the map. You've got sell points, to give you an idea, one here. You've got one here, the supermarket, and then one here, you know. So they are all spread all over the map, so there's no need for you to worry about traveling too far, unless obviously the price is right at the distant one, and then you can obviously gonna have to send your truck and your driver with Courseplay. Obviously, that's what I normally do, run Courseplay and let Courseplay do it for you, you know. So let's just quickly have a jump here to the supermarket. This is what the supermarket looks like. This is also an addition to the map. We'll get to the shop just now. I didn't do anything here except for add a few cars here by the fuel station, which is still straightforward and pretty standard. And then this old corner store, which is another sale point here on the map. Also a nice little place where you can come and buy fuel. There's a garage here as well as a sale point. And yeah, what else? Yeah, we've done the shop, and then let's just visit the shop, which is obviously lastly added. I've removed all the vehicles that was previously in the map. So this is one of those modded shops, which I've also got permission for, by the way, to use. It's a mod, and I see my tractors are in the air. I must just check these guys. Why are they flying in the air? Anyways, I used to have vehicles here that you could climb in and actually test drive, but it caused so much hassles and confusing with the guys that plays the map, because when you tab your vehicles, you actually end up tabbing into these, but you don't own them, so you can't sell them, you know. So it caused a bit of confusion. My idea with that was to have like a real shop where you can actually climb in a vehicle and test drive it, you know, and take it for a spin and see what it feels like. But yeah, it just caused too much confusion and too many oaks asking me, why can I get into the vehicles? And I explained to them, but in real life you can get into the vehicle at the shop, and it was just too difficult to explain, you know. So at the end of the day, I just thought, my word, let me just remove them, and I'll put props in their place, and I see some of them are flying in the air. But yeah, I think the shop is looking very, very nice. Came out nice. It looking nice. I've got the display here in front, and some even this thing is flying in the air. I was just gonna verify all these when I'm back in the editor, just to round off everything that I've done. But I was so excited, I thought, let me just quickly make a video before I end off, and then I'm going to start uploading. And I will put a link to the download in the video description where you can download it and go wild. Great, guys. Well, I was just thinking I would like to just update you guys. For the guys who love Gariep, I do love it. It's an awesome map to play. It's a 4 times map. If I haven't mentioned, I did mention that. So it is not a tiny map, guys. If you like playing big maps and do big farming, this is the map for you. And if you want to play small farming, this is also the map for you. Because you can start small and you can just work small little fields if you're not into having the big fields. And then obviously all the vehicles and farm buildings you can sell and get rid of. The props, however, I don't think I've made the props sellable. There was a problem with the props, but I did fix that. The map props, these things here. I better just put down myself, because otherwise I can't lift stuff up. Flight mode off. You see, all these props are boxes and stuff. You can, if you don't like them, chuck them in your truck and go throw them in the river and take them to the dam or to the tip or somewhere, and just, but all the props are movable, so you don't you can't sell them, but you can move them about. So if you don't like it on the farm, like I've got all this stuff lying around here, the guy's busy doing the lawn, with the extension here, the farm worker is busy working the grass and mowing the grass. As you can see, it needs a bit of a mow. so that is it, guys. That's Gariep South Africa. All new, reworked version 3 of the map. It will be available, and it will be in this video's description, as well as on my website. You will find the download link under FS22 mods and maps. Okay, excellent, man. Well, I hope it's been fun, and for me, I love this map. That's why I gave it some attention. There was a few requests from the guys who play it and like it, so I thought I'll just humor them and throw a few extra stuff in there, and this is the result. I forgot to show you guys the why is it saving now. There's a sawmill here in the back as well. We haven't visited the sawmill. Oh, this is the quarry where you can get free lime. So just bring your truck and load up as much lime as you want for free, or you can buy lime here from the lime factory. So anyone that of the two, whatever tickles your fancy. And then if you are into logging, there is the sawmill with the wood chips, everything up here. And this map has got a nice huge forest here. So this whole area here is forestry. So you can go crazy. As you can see up there, the whole mountain is full of trees. You can have your heart forest work until your heart is bleeding, like type of thing. So there's a lot of options for forestry as well. But obviously you want to start the map and buy the forest, which I think it might be expensive. There it is. There's two farmlands for the forest. The one is value 3.6 million and the other one 6.5. So you're going to need to obviously save a bit of money. I don't think in this area is too much farmland, trees, so I don't think there is. And then this farm 18, I've put that in there. If you want to play the start from scratch, you can buy farmland 18, which is that one there, which will give you just a little bit of money to start off with. How can I say, it's 413,000. So you can obviously buy that and then have a start up farm there with nothing. And I think in start from scratch you start with that hard mode one. Yes, it's 500,000 you start with. So you're going to have a tiny bit of money to start your farm with, maybe a tiny tractor, and start farming from there as a challenge, a hard mode challenge. So you can do that too. There is fields that are a little bit over, like that one there. This one here, it's 1.3 million for both of those. That's farmland number 7. Because the fields are split, you get the number there in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, that is what it is. 700,000 for that one, and this one is 1.3 million. So the farmland is fairly expensive, and I think field 6 was 2 million. Yeah. So you can do a start from scratch on this map. That's why I've added this tiny little field there to start. But I have played the start from scratch there. You can definitely do it. It is doable, but you're gonna it's going to be hard, and that's the idea of the hard game mode, is to really struggle in the beginning, but then work yourself way up to eventually buy the farm, and then obviously buy these nice big fields if you're into big fields. Great. Anyway, guys, that is it. Gariep South Africa, a new version out, updated and sorted. So I'll put it on the website for you guys to download and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for my supporters, guys. I really do appreciate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this map for my Patreons for a week to play. For a big thank you for my supporters. So for a whole week, my Patreon supporters will be able to play this before I release it as an update. So yes, that is just part of a big thank you for my Patreon supporters. Obviously, I always try and do something nice for them, because you guys are really awesome. And if you're not on my Patreon yet, do jump on there and do support me. It's really worth it. I've got more than 500 map making videos now, and anything that you want is basically in video format, showing you how to do it. So yes, guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, if this is the first time that you're on my channel, a warm welcome to you, and thanks so much, guys. I'll catch you on the next one, man. Take care.